So as far as the third world aristocrat video from today goes, I gotta say, huge win for the toe and a stroke of genius on my part.
Mr. Radio Voice, he's doing his shows. He's roasting some ass and he's picking his nose. He speaks like a pro on the Steel Toe Show. He's making a mess and everyone knows. Ready or not, he already came. April is a hoe and she's snorting for fame. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He spilled the beans. He's rooting for rage as he gets her thrice. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He had a felony charge, but he's gonna walk. He's got a big mouth and he talks the talk. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He's always a guest with Alex Stein. He's making a wish. He's taking his time. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. Oh, hip hop dibbity dap to the wop 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 wop. Hong dong whittle dangle wang. Oh, he sang dooley mama splatting your hat. Doo to poot cakes.
Oh, how are you tonight? Welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. A lot of people fired up. What happened? Something happened? Sorry, was I supposed to come to you like that? I don't know. Oh, just honestly, I'll address it real quick and then we'll do the show tonight. Just more stupid lawfare horse shit. That's all it is. I mean, I'm used to it. It's been happening for almost a year now. Just people cutting stuff together, putting it together, spinning it. It's like, have I ever violated my conditions of release? No. Are we contesting this one? I mean, as much as you can. I mean, my release is over on Wednesday, and the hearing is Wednesday, and it's just a little bit before my sentencing. So I talked to my attorney today. He said, let's just deal with this on Wednesday. The judge said, yeah, we'll deal with this on Wednesday. If it was serious, if it was a big thing, I know there's a lot of people going to be disappointed tonight. Yeah, he's going to go to jail. If I was going to go to jail or anything like that, they would have come and got me today. My attorney just said, can we deal with it? Like, this is lawfare. This is people just, like, it's been constant. Like, even the prosecutor in this case has said, it's like people are just every single day, just trying. And look, I get it. I'm a public figure. I piss a lot of people off with the show I do. So they try to, they try to get you. I've never violated. We'll have the hearing, and then we'll get on to the sentencing. The deal's still in place. The plea agreement we came to is still in place. And if you need it, look, if you wanted it to be worse than that, I'm sorry. I talked to my attorney today. That's where we're at. And he's based. He's fucking awesome. So he laid out the whole thing for me. That was good. So everything's still the same way it was. We're going in on Wednesday. We get the sentencing. We'll be all done with this shit. We'll be all finished. And then people can find a new thing that they're finally going to get me in the stockades for, hang me for, and kill me. They can find a new thing, I'm sure, now that they've got a week left on this one. But, yeah, we're going to go before the judge. They're going to handle that. Then we're going to handle the sentencing thing. So Wednesday, like it always was. It's stupid, but it does further show that this, while I may have done something I wasn't supposed to do, this was always about vengeance and this was never about justice. Like, two things can be true at the same time. I did what I did 100%. But if you don't think this was about getting me rather than, enforce, we just want what's right. Or was it about, let's get Aaron? Not on the state side. But that's what this violation nonsense that we're contesting is. It's the same thing. It's let's get him. Because I've never violated this whole time. I've been extremely careful. Everybody knows that. But there's a lot of people rooting against the toe. I've made a lot of people upset. And really, I've made a lot of people upset for the crime of admitting what I did. That's what I've made people upset for. So if you have any other questions, talk to Todd Peterson. That's my attorney. He'll answer all your questions. We're still full steam ahead for Wednesday and the sentencing thing. Then this can all be over. We can get our plea deal. Well, the plea deal's already been signed. That's already good to go. But we can have the sentence inside of that plea deal taken care of, and we'll be all good. That'll be nice. Let's go ahead. I know. A lot of people in the chat are calling, they're saying, that they're insulting people. I know. We all know what it is. It's lawfare. It's the whole thing. It gets a big eye roll from me. Basically, it's here we go, with this shit. So we'll deal with it on Wednesday, and then we'll get to our sentencing, and then the whole thing will be over with. That'll be nice. And thank you to Stearns County, and thank you to the judge. We said, look, can we just deal with this the same day as sentencing? They go, yeah, we don't need to bring him in. Just, come in Wednesday. We'll deal with it then. So that's nice. If this was going to be a huge deal, I wouldn't be here tonight. Put it that way. All right, let's get into the Karen Reed stuff. Let's talk about other criminals. The Karen Reed thing was today, and I got to be honest, man, this law stuff, this legal stuff, this the people watching the trials start to finish, top to bottom, it's like the new Dungeons and Dragons to me. It's like such nerdy, dorky shit. I mean, really, Law and Crime and Court TV and all of the OJ trial and all that ought to be charged with crimes against humanity for the fact that they tried to make the law cool. The law is not cool. It's for dorks. It's for nerds. And I mean, congratulations to everybody who covered it. And they made Emily Baker is trending on Twitter. She's doing incredible. She's doing great. I'm just saying, to me, as I look at it, I'm like, who's entertained by this shit? Have you ever tried to watch one of those trials? They're fucking boring. And then you got some guy telling you, putting play-by-play with it doesn't make it better. Doing play-by-play right next to the trial doesn't make me go, oh, wow, this is really great. Summerall and Madden with a fucking telestrator, showing me what the prosecutor or the defense is doing. To me, it's like basketball. I'll watch the last 2 minutes, and then I'll feel like I haven't missed anything. But people were glued to a certain segment of the world was glued to this. They couldn't wait. They were really excited. So, look, congratulations. Do I congratulate Karen Reed? That's the other thing. Is she a killer who got away with something? Or is this a cop conspiracy and, justice was served? I don't even know who I'm supposed to be rooting for. She seems like kind of a crazy bitch. I'll be honest with you. The other guy's dead, so we don't know anything about him in terms of what his whole role in this was. But just the legal stuff in general. I'm like, fuck, people watch this. It's I love golf, but I just don't understand people who can sit there and watch 4 hours of golf. It's fucking mind-numbing, to be honest with you. But that's what we know. HRH Princess Chelsea, says the house he was murdered swung and Karen didn't. The house he was murdered swung and Karen didn't. Leah with $1 says Nick didn't show for the verdict. Also, you clearly didn't watch the Depp trial if you think they're boring. All right, I'll give you that. The Depp no, you know what? No, fuck that. The Depp trial still sucked. The highlights of the Depp trial were great. The shit in the bed and, stuff like that. That was funny. That was great. But then, dude, there's 8 hours a day of that shit. And it's not all she pooped in the bed. A lot of it's I don't know. We object on the grounds of lemony fuckstick and shit. It's a lot of it's procedural. But again, people love it. People think it's great. So who am I to criticize? I'm sure a lot of the shit I like, people think is really stupid. So we do have it, though. We will cover it a little bit here tonight. We'll probably cover it a little tomorrow morning. I mean, hell, it's big news. Plus, we're not at war yet. So if we're not at war yet, what the hell else are we going to talk about? I got Southwest Airlines freakouts. I got Karen Reed trial. And I got the whole country waiting to see if we go to war. You know, it would be a very United States of America thing if we spent all this time like building it up and building it up. We're going to war. We're going to war. We're going to war. And then Trump at the last minute, it's like, we cut a deal. It's peace. And it's like, oh, so all that. So Trump lost a lot of support. People were shitting on him. You know, Tucker Carlson's questioning, whether or not he's still a loyal Trump guy. All for nothing to happen in the end. You know the old saying, nothing ever happens. I don't know. It's we're almost at the point now where even though I'm against it, I'm like, would you just start the fucking war already? I mean, we're not even bombing them and gas prices are way up over $3 again. I mean, I imagine once the bombs start dropping this weekend or whenever it's going to be, I imagine we're going to see $4 a gallon gas at least. So if you're going to start some shit, it'd be nice if you could just overthrow the Ayatollah quickly and we could get the oil pumping. That's what I care about. As like an America first guy, a truly America first guy, that's what I give a shit about. I give a shit about get the oil back on. Turn the oil back on. You know the old saying, when soldiers cross borders, goods don't. When goods cross borders, soldiers don't. I want the goods. Show me the goods. Get that oil. That's all so whatever gets the oil pumping quickest, that's what I'm for. Let's take a look at this Karen Reed stuff. Let's try to make heads or tails of this.
Tough to imagine the O'Keeffes are handling this moment, how they are handling it. Morgietta had
said they might
fucking
fucking kill somebody. No.
That this chapter is closed. Karen Reed cannot be retried. Whether you
what
agree
is this,
with the
Italy?
verdict, don't agree with the verdict, it's over.
Done.
And as it goes to
Dynamite
the
drop
Norfolk
in, Monty.
County DA's office, what do they do now? Again, at least what we have discussed previously, there really isn't anything that we get an indication that they will do. They haven't spoken out yet, and we will see. But as you said, they believe they have the person who did it. They tried her twice, unsuccessfully, and unfortunately, that is going to be the legacy.
Unfortunately, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I've followed this sparingly. And to be honest with you, like, I hear people on both sides. They're like, yeah, she got acquitted. And then I hear people going, oh, this is a travesty. Like, apparently she ran over her husband and killed him. She was shit-hammered. The only thing she got convicted of was the DUI. Well, OUI, but it's a DUI, basically. So she gets the DUI, which in Boston is jaywalking. And she walks on everything else. And it depends on what you're watching, because I watched other stuff today where they're like, and a joyous day for the Reed family as Karen Reed is acquitted of all charges but the OUI. By the way, happiest DUI ever. Never have you seen a person more happy to get a DUI. This is like the polar opposite of Cheese, you know? Like when Cheese gets his DUIs, he's like, motherfucker, I got to quit drinking, and I got to quit driving when I'm drinking. Meanwhile, Karen Reed, they go, she's guilty of DUI. She's like, fuck yeah. She's Tiger Woods fist pumping and shit. She's happy with her DUI. But then I watch like this channel and they're like, sad day for the O'Keefe family. This is a miscarriage of justice. And I'm like, God damn, this country is split on everything. This country can't agree on shit. Did the drunk lady murder her husband or was it an accident? Call it.
Let's go back outside the courthouse now. NBC 10's Melody Mendez, I believe, is the one who's standing by for us now.
Spicy Latina.
Mel, what's going on where you are?
You know, picking up on what you guys are talking about, I do want to say that I did get a statement from a lifelong family friend of the O'Keefe family, and I want to
attention whore. Lifelong. Oh, you're a family member? No, I just know him really well. Can I be on the news? Fucking looky-loo.
Read it to you now because I think it really speaks to the disappointment and perhaps the frustration that they're feeling. So he wrote, today's verdict was a devastating end to a 3.5-year nightmare. John O'Keefe was a great person who died unnecessarily. And despite all of the evidence pointing to one and only one person, she will not face any repercussions for her actions. And I regardless of where you fall, whose side you believe, who you believe, what you think happened, the bottom line is this was someone's friend, someone's son, someone's brother, someone's nephew, and a really loved member of the community.
It also proves something, and this will be true until America ceases to be a nation. It's really hard to parse white trash bullshit. You know, we know this from watching Cops, right? That's the fun part of the law to watch for me is Cops. Like trial. I like it when, you know, the hillbillies, have their shirts off on their riding lawnmower trying to get away from the cops while they're on crystal meth. But we learned this from watching Cops. When two white trash hicks tell a story, nobody knows what's true because it sounds retarded no matter what.
By all accounts.
So I imagine this jury had like the toughest job in the world. They're trying to figure out some Northeast super honky white trash shit.
Everyone on all sides of this case has talked about what an incredible guy John O'Keefe was. After losing his sister, who I understand was his best friend, and then her husband also passing away in the months after, he, without being asked, took custody of his niece and nephew, became a father, was thrown into this father
If you can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball. Sorry.
Role, and did the best he could, and was a lifelong Red Sox fan.
Well then, Jesus Christ, why didn't they find her guilty? You didn't lead with that next time. Lifelong Red Sox fan, gee golly whiz. Well, I mean, you've got a guilty woman walking free tonight. This guy was a Sox fan.
Things that I've been able to learn about him through the course of this trial have been pretty amazing. He was at every opening day. John O'Keefe never missed an opening day.
That's crazy.
I'm told this is a different one, but he was at...
Well, I mean, here I thought, all this time I thought he deserved to die, but now that I find out he never missed an opening day, well, shit. That drunk bitch got away with one.
University of Alabama football fan.
Oh,
who knew?
Roll Tide. Which is what Karen Reed named her car, Tide. She said, Roll Tide. Over his little head.
Right? Roll Tide was his big thing. Apparently, he just really loved that team. And
he's from Boston, so that and the N-word, right?
And even Karen Reed and William Reed, her father, said themselves what an incredible man this was. And that is at the heart of all of this. So yes, we see the spectacle. We know the world was watching this case, and whatever you think about the justice system or how this played out, how this trial played out, the bottom line is there is an innocent.
Do we have the?
Died,
I want the clip of
that
them.
Was John O'Keefe. And
I want the clip of them reading the verdict. Is what I want, because those are always the fun part. Like when you watch them read like your whole life's on the line. And it's just, holy shit, here we go. And then they give you that not
jurors
guilty.
Remain standing. Defendant remains standing. All other parties may be seated.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that 12 deliberating jurors and 6 alternates are present?
Yes.
May I inquire?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman, members of the jury, have you agreed upon a verdict? Yes. Thank you. May I see the papers? Mr. Foreman, have the verdicts been placed in this envelope and have they been in your presence ever since?
Yes. Oh, boy. Sweating bullets. Women don't sweat, they perspire. Come on, Judge. Don't fucking... Come on. Spoilers. Let's go. Keeping us on pins and needles, for Christ's sake. Let's get this show on the road. Be funny if a judge got those and she looks and before they can read it, the fucking bullshit, and just throws it to the side.
Mr. Foreman, on docket number...
George died last year. That's insensitive.
2282 CR 117001, murder in the second degree. What say you? Is the defendant at the bar guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you? No. Do you agree?
Yes.
Do all of you agree? Yes. Thank you. 002. What say you? Is the defendant at the bar not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
Of.
Oh, there's the
Is
biggie.
not guilty or guilty of that charge or any lesser included charge?
Lesser included.
Thank you. Specifically, number 5, operating under the influence of liquor by operating a motor vehicle, the blood alcohol level of .08 or greater. Correct?
Yes.
So say you, Mr. Foreman?
Guilty.
That
say
one.
you all?
So that one, she's guilty, and even she nods. She's like, "Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, I got behind the wheel, a little shit hammered. What are you gonna do? Like, that's on me." She's like, "You think I was fucked up that night? Wait till you see me tonight. Holy shit! I'm gonna be dancing on the
003.
bar."
Let's say it was the defendant at the bar leaving the scene after accident resulting in death. The defendant not guilty or guilty? So say you, Mr. Foreman?
Oh wow, they're cheering outside. They're happy outside.
Jurors, hearken your verdict as the court records it. You, upon your oath, say the defendant on 001 is not guilty.
Holy
002
shit, they're
is
you can hear
guilty
the
of
crowd from
operating
inside the
influence of
courtroom.
liquor, And 003 not guilty. Thank you.
Kind of hard to beat the DUI charge, though. I mean, if they've got your BAC and they've got all the stats and you were behind the wheel of a car, I mean, that one's they've kind of got you there. Trigida with $1 says the man was beat to fuck by Brian Higgins. That's what happened. Wait a minute. Is Brian Higgins Lieutenant Higgins, the congressman? Is that the same guy or? Fuck if I, like I said, I haven't been following any of this shit. It's the big story, and you're going to get retard coverage here at Steel Toe. 09 Canyon says the prosecution in the Depp trial objected to their own question at some point. It was so stupidly funny at times. Right. Like, look, the Depp trial was great for, like, brief moments of entertainment, but, like, I can't understand people who sit there and watch that shit just hours and hours and hours for weeks and months on end, like a goddamn soap opera. But like I said, there's shit that I watch that I'm sure people are like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Can we get a days not at war counter? No, I'd be resetting it too often. Leah says her psychological expert was so weird, I laughed my ass off the whole time. My lost interest says Trump lied to. Yeah, well, Trump. I mean, he did kind of lie to us. You ain't lying. Well, I mean, he hasn't lied yet. he hasn't lied yet. He's about to lie, but technically no bombs have dropped yet. We're just positioning all our war pieces on the chessboard, and he's still got time to keep his word to the voters, but that wouldn't be in keeping with being a president of the United States. MSO says, on a positive note, silver is up. Hey, guys, what are you bitching about? Let's go to numero uno. He says, no, we're not going to send Todd the link. Like I said, numero uno, if you missed it, I addressed it at the top of the show. It's just some lawfare bullshit. It's people cutting shit up. They've been doing it every day since September. I've not violated a thing. And the court apparently didn't think it was an immediate need. They're like, just come to a hearing before your sentencing, and then we'll get that out of the way and we'll go to the sentencing. So, shit. It really, it's an eye roll for me. It's fucking annoying because I know I didn't do anything. Todd's great, so, we'll have it taken care of. But like I told everybody else, numero uno, you can direct any and all questions to Todd Peterson, if you will. Professor Tie-Dye says, I'm surprised Aaron didn't say he makes women sweat out their vaginas. What the fuck? What is that? Trigida says, Higgins is an ATF agent involved. Oh, okay. Okay. They call me Mario says, people love watching trials because they love to watch possible train wrecks. Well, fucking, what am I here for? I'm a train wreck. Watch me. Veldrain says, my favorite thing most people find boring, history document. That's true. You know what? If I subjected people who watch trials to watch The Crescent and the Cross, the 2-part series on the Crusades, they'd think I was a fucking serial killer. So I guess technically then I do understand. Silver Wolf with $5 says, well, yeah, silver's up. I've been up all day.
Fuck off. Fuck you.
Jesus. By the way, everything for tonight is it goes into the next show. You guys, the evening show has hit all its goals for the week, so you're free and clear tonight. Thank you very much. But generosity is always nice. It makes the next one easier. Keep her going. But yeah, I think as far as the Karen Reed thing goes, the temperature of the water I'm getting is most people feel like they support the verdict. They support the thing. So I'm gonna go with the majority on that one. Phil Herslit says history of Aaron's fatness coming August 2025. That's not a good documentary because it's I got to drop 5 or 10. All right, fine, closer to 10. But look, that's not a history of fatness. That would mildly slanderous, I would say. Mildly slanderous. You want to watch a black lady lose her shit on an airplane? Well, hold on. This one's confusing because I don't know if she's black. No, this might be a Jersey Shore type of deal. This might be a white girl with too much bronzer on. She's either light-skinned black or she's just an over-made-up white girl, like from the Snooki era. I'm not sure. Let's check this one out. While we're doing that, thank you guys. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. Let's have a great show tonight. Again, everything you throw in goes to the next one. You guys have been fantastic this week, and I can't appreciate you enough. Let's go ahead and watch this one. This one's been making its way around the internet today. Southwest Airlines, which, I'll be honest, I've never flown Southwest, so I don't know the quality. Perhaps those of you who have could tell me, good, bad, indifferent. I'm a Delta man. I like Delta. What else have I flown, though, really? I've flown a lot of Delta and a lot of Sun Country, which is like the regional airline here. I've flown American once. I flew an American Express jet, American Airlines Express jet. That's a tin can. Did that one back from New York. United into Chicago, but that was like a 45-minute flight. I don't remember if it was any good or not. But mostly Delta. I think JetBlue back in the day. I think I took a JetBlue to New York in high school. But I'm a Delta man. I am a Delta man. Southwest, I'm not even sure. Are they like one of the tippy tops? Are they like, are they closer to like a Spirit? I'm not. All I know is Southwest Airlines planes are dog ugly. I've never liked Southwest planes. So here we go. Here's a young Snooki-ish broad losing her shit on an airplane. This one goes about 4.5 minutes. So we should get some good laughs out of her. And I apologize to the black community. I don't believe she's black. She's one of us. She just likes a little tint.
Stay there.
Don't touch her.
She's like Buick windows, it's white, but it's tinted.
No.
Don't touch her.
No, this is where her asshole is.
Do not touch her.
Look at her. Shut the fuck up. Don't fucking touch me.
Holy shit. Okay, now look. Sticking phones in people's faces, I know that's kind of frowned upon on planes. Turning around in your seat like that and bothering the person behind you, that's kind of frowned upon on planes. Some of that stuff is borderline. The pulling the hair and hitting people, they're gonna call you off the plane for that one every time. Here's the thing, like, women fight dirty, man. Like, women have no honor when it comes to physical confrontation. Like this, they just grab hair and they don't let go. And hair is like the most difficult thing to get people's hands off of because it's so soft. You can just grab it and you're dug in and it's basically wrapped around your hands. And if you try to pull someone off of them, you're going to rip their hair out of their head. They're going to have a bloody scalp. So these girls fight dirty. And by the way, masks on an airplane 2025, come on. Let's figure it out. You can breathe in the droplets. You're good. Nobody died on airplanes during COVID. You're fine. But that grabbing the hair shit, women have to develop an honor code in fights like men have. Like men have an honor code in fights. Don't kick anyone in the nuts and don't bite anybody. You know, even if you see a knockdown, drag out, somebody's getting their ass whooped kind of fight, you typically don't see biting and you typically don't see kicks to the nuts. I think women have to do the same thing with really just the hair pulling. I think we got to enforce the anti-hair pulling thing. Cunt kicks, I don't know where we stand on cunt kicks. I've never been kicked in the cunt. I wouldn't know how it feels. So women can get together. Maybe women need to have like a conference and they need to lay down ground rules, you know, like the Marquis de Queensberry rules for women. And like no cooter kicks, no hair pulling, maybe no tit boxing. I don't know. It's going to have to be up to you guys, but you guys do some dastardly wretched shit when you're fighting and it's not cool. It's gutter tactics.
Let go for hair.
You cannot do that.
Let go, man. Let go for hair.
Look at her. She's smiling.
Andrea, I'm not even touching your hair, bitch.
What? I'm not even touching her hair, bitch. I mean, I don't want to start a thing, you know? I don't want to make a scene on this airplane, ma'am, but I clearly see you hanging on to her hair.
You need to let go right now.
You need those 911.
You need to let go.
911, bro.
You need to let go right now.
No.
I've seen pornos start like this, in fairness, so this is...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to sit next to a fucking fat lady.
I love her. Never mind. Not guilty. Totally fine. Did you hear that? Play that again. The whole reason for this fight is awesome. I love her. Get her phone number. She's the best.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to sit next to a fucking fat lady.
All right, never mind. You know what? I understand it. Flying can be difficult. Flying next to someone who's taking up multiple seats can be even more so. So my sympathy meter was totally against her at first. It's eked to about 25%.
Let go. You need to let go of her hair right now. Let go of her hair.
You guys are already past the point of no return. You're already past the point of no return.
I don't think you should be saying shit like point of no return on an airplane. You know, that's like saying bomb or box cutter or Allahu Akbar. I don't think you're supposed to be saying shit like that. Ooh, we're going to get side boob. Are we going to get side boob? We're going to get side boob.
Y'all see me. You know it's...
I literally just took what a piece of shit I am. Oh, I hope you caught that. I literally went like this to see if I could see a piece of that lady's tit. I am human garbage. I literally, as the camera was going, as if I was going to physically be able to morph the position of the camera that filmed this if I went to the side. I am irredeemable.
Let go of her hair, miss. Y'all see me. You know what's going on. This is retarded. Yeah, put me on the ground. Put me on the ground. All right. Look at this fat lady.
I love her. I don't want them to take her away. I need to propose to her first. Look at this fat lady. Like, she's in serious trouble. Starting shit on a plane is no-fly list, federal charges. Like, it's a big fucking deal. And this lady's taking it in stride. And she's going, look at this fat lady. Yeah, she's the one that is in trouble.
Look at this fat-ass bitch. She can't even... Look, you can't even see her stomach. It's horrible. Look at her outfit. Look at this fat-ass bitch.
Oh, she would stab you in your sleep, wouldn't she? She'd go through your phone, find a text like from your sister and be like, who's Angela? And just stab you right in the arm.
Hilarious. You can't even show your mouth because you're embarrassed. You can't even see it because you're embarrassed. Shut the fuck up.
Who is Alana?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, ugly ass fucking dude.
She's shitting on everybody. Everybody here is ready to get roasted.
Never gonna lay it again.
Never getting laid again.
Okay, I'm sorry, black guy. My boyfriend's black, so shut the fuck up.
Well, okay, you know what? Least surprising thing said in this entire video. I gotta be honest, that was close. When she started that with, hey, black, like she went, oh, look at this fat ass bitch. And she went, look at that ugly dude. I'm like, that's great. And then she went, look at this black guy. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Pump the brakes a little there, sweetheart. There. My boyfriend's black. He's like, okay, that would explain a shitload of what's going on here.
My boyfriend's fucking a black guy. My boyfriend's a black. My boyfriend's black. My boyfriend's a fucking black guy. You're joking.
Oh, and now she's spitting on the fat lady. Come on.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Come on, she can't be done. She's got to have more gems.
Shut the fuck up.
She also, did you catch her saying my boyfriend's fucking a black guy? I don't think she meant to say it that way.
Yeah, go to sleep, man. Shut the fuck up.
Come on, honey, you're not done.
Ugly ass bitch.
There
You're
you
so fucking ugly. You guys, I need you never got laid in your life. Your boyfriend's dick is like 2 inches big.
It's so childish. I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying this so much because she's so dumb. I love her. You don't get laid because your boyfriend's dick is 2 inches big. 2 inches big or long or what? What are we talking? Are we talking width? Are we talking? I mean, not good either way, but like, which way are we?
That's embarrassing. I'm so sorry about your boyfriend. That's horrible. That's horrible. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I don't think anybody gives a fuck at this point. I think after you went, hey, black guy, I think after that, the I can't breathe went right out the fucking window.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
It doesn't work for white people. Sorry, hun.
Let me go. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Shut the fuck up. I can't breathe. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Nobody's fucking touching me. Fuck you. You're not letting me go, motherfucker.
I mean, this is basically a headstand. This is oddly impressive. This is not something many people can pull off when they're zip cuffed.
You're corny as fuck.
Dude, there's something about this girl I respect. She is fully defeated. She's doing shoulder raises while she's zip strip cuffed, and she's still shitting on everybody.
Motherfucker, you're corny as fuck.
You're corny as fuck. There's something, it's the Rocky IV effect. There's something about someone who's just getting the living shit beat out of them, but they're still getting up. It's mildly impressive.
Get out. Nobody's letting me go.
Well,
I can't get out.
last time they let you go, you started spitting on the fat lady.
Yeah, you shouldn't get out. You're fucking fat as shit. You're disgusting fat as
Dude, those boots are not to be fucked with either. That shit hurts.
Fuck you! Fat ass pig! Fuck you! You're so beautiful! You're stunning! Shut the fuck up! Can anybody do something, please? Get the fuck up! No.
Okay, I was going to say, like, you can just grab her legs and, I don't know, maybe drag her off the plane.
Yeah, okay, baby. You know,
This way.
okay, I'm sorry. My boyfriend is black. You need to chill the fuck out.
She just said, I'm sorry, my boyfriend is black. You need to chill the fuck. So now she's trying to build alliances with the black guy that she's been inconveniencing the whole time. Apparently, there's like a secret handshake or something that you do if you have a black boyfriend, and that makes everything okay.
Oh, you don't like down right now? No, my boyfriend's black. You need to chill the fuck out and respect him. You need to chill the fuck out. My boyfriend's black. You need to My boyfriend is black.
She keeps telling the black guy that her boyfriend's black as if he's going to go, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, you're free to go.
No, you need to fucking chill the fuck out. Fuck you! Fuck you! Leave me the fuck alone! Look at that ugly ass bitch! No. You're so fucking fat, Leave me.
Oh, she kicked her fat titties from the position she's in. That's impressive too. Look, this lady isn't winning by any means. We know that. But she scored some points from a very impressive position.
You're fucking disgusting. Don't fucking touch me. So why don't you jump over here?
I know I'm being weird right now, but she's not uncute.
She can damage this stuff, but yeah, I'll damage all.
Finally taking her off the flight. Here we go. Oh, there she. Oh, she's on the gurney. Well, she's chilling now. They got her all calmed down. That's nice. You know what they say, all's well that ends well. That's, we forget all the bad stuff and we continue on. Hobo Chili Recipe says, excuse me, dear, 3.24 inches. Thank you very much. People saying Southwest is great. No, wait a minute. The documentary I watched, Hobo, is not called The Crescent and the Roll. It's called The Crescent and the Cross. It's not about buffets and the Crusades. It's about the Crusades. Mikey Two Milk says, quit stealing my gimmick, Aaron Two Chins. Now, at what point do we just stop with the bullying? I mean, at what point do we... I mean, you saw where it got her. Southwest is great. Sun Country is basically Allegiant's retarded cousin. Yes, that is essentially what Sun Country is. MSO says, anyone remember Piedmont Airlines? Remember Mohawk? West Coast Patriot Girls, Southwest is very effective. Okay. My lost interest, when I lived in Hong Kong, people who were sick wore masks as a courtesy to others. It was kind of nice. Oh, really? I like it when people stay the fuck home when they're sick. But, to each their own. No, Phil Herslit, this is not accurate. He says Aaron has to, but Aaron has to buy the whole row to fly. One seat is fine. I'm good in one seat. One seat is more than comfortable. Hobo Chili Recipe says, I'm in love. I got laid every day. My hand is a very generous lover. I feel like a lot of people would fall in love with this girl, even they know they're not supposed to. They know they're not supposed to love her, but they would fall in love with her anyway. She's the kind of girl like you fall in love with because she's probably a lot of fun to hang out. She does crazy shit. So you're like, oh, I love her. She's great. She's amazing. Everybody around you, your family members, your friends, they're trying to be nice. They're like, are you sure about her? Like, are you sure this is what you want to do? And you're like, yeah, why? No reason. No, just, check, just being a friend. Just being a pal. That's all. They're calling her J-Lo Floyd. Yeah, that's the other thing. West Coast Patriot Girl says, how can she not be able to breathe if she can talk? It's a contradiction, right? Gag her with her own hair. Could we not with the N-word, please? Dick Von Du says, why do I hear a drunk Parker Posey? You know what? I hear it. Fauci's Pangolin says, is this how Johnny died? Because this is horrible. R.I.P. Johnny's not dead. Johnny texted me today. Johnny's fine. He's not dead. Do not put it out into the world that Johnny's dead. Oh, by the way, I am happy to report Fauci's Pangolin did get his refund on that big Rumble rant from this week. That's a good thing. Very happy about that. Very pleased. Riding Dirty Llama says she had to have done some nitrous or some crack. No, I think she was just on Crazy Bitch. I think that's it. I think it was really just a Crazy Bitch thing. And, that's really all she needed at this stage. And that Crazy Bitch was more than enough for her. Or what do they call it these days? Chemical imbalance. She had a chemical imbalance, and that's all that was necessary for her to take off like that. Guys, thank you very much for your support this week. The evening show audience has been incredible. Take the night off from contributing. But if you do contribute, like if you want to get in that top 5 or you want to become a VIP, it will go towards tomorrow morning's show. They were asking what I would need to do or what number we would need to hit for us to do an afternoon show, 4-hour afternoon show tomorrow instead of a morning show. I got some good news today, some really good news today, and I have some appointments and I have some things to do tomorrow afternoon that I'm very excited about. So I will not be able to do an afternoon show tomorrow. I will do the morning show, and then right after the morning show, we'll do our members only show. So at least that will be done. Wally World says, is she hotter than the that motherfucker is not real girl? No. That motherfucker is not real girl had great, like, heavy tits. And she was fit, like she was in good shape. She was good. I think we got to go with that motherfucker is not real girl. Plus, this woman had too much lesbian shit on, you know? It's, I'm good. Ivana Tinkle says chemical imbalance equals 10 vodka shooters. Well, that'll leave you chemically imbalanced, 10 vodka shooters, or at least it should. I'm always amazed at, like, those little white girls that could drink, like, I don't know, 7 shots. And this is going to make me sound like the biggest pussy on earth, but when a woman could drink like 7 shots and she'd still be, well, yeah. If I do 7 shots, I'm out. I'm done. So, like, me being 6'3", 223, and like having like 4 or 5 beers and being like, oh man, I am shit. I think I'm ready for bed. This is way too much. And then watching, like, some white girl just, like, 7 or 8 shots deep. She's like, whoa, play my song. I'm like, I'm a fucking pussy. I remember one of my buddies, we were probably about 24, 25 years old, and we were sitting in my friend's basement watching the Timberwolves game. And now, wait a minute. Now I have something I need to consider. Wally World, what do you consider afternoon show? Wally World just went, I was going to give $500 for you to do the afternoon show. What if I started at noon? Would that be fuck over the morning show? I don't know. How about you just do it to be a friend? Fauci's Pangolin says, real one coming. Ooh, I would love that. That would make me so excited for the evening. Mr. Beat says, heavy tits isn't good for the back long term. I prefer skinny waist and meaty thighs. It's not a bad combo. You know what? And you know what you want. Anyway, about 24, 25, we're downstairs. We were either watching a Twins game or a Timberwolves game. And I had brought, no laughing and no making fun of me for this. At the time, the beer I liked to drink because it was low calorie was Bud Select. I was a Bud Select drinker. And I brought the 6-pack of Bud Select, and that was like to get fucked up with my friends watching a game. And one of my buddies looks at the whole room and he goes, hey guys, look at Imholt. Imholt brought a 6-pack. He doesn't realize that's what people bring when they just want to chill for the night. And yeah, I was going to drink that 6-pack, go to the bar, have a couple drinks, and that was going to be my limit for the night. And I would wake up feeling like dog shit, hungover as all hell. There's nothing wrong with that. Made me a cheap date, you know? Hobo Chili Recipe says, 7 shots of insulin, you fat fuck. Get your sugar under control. My sugar's good. My pee's fine. We're okay. My Lost Interest says, wonder how much jail time or fines a person that does this gets. Well, let's see. Legal penalty for disrupting an airplane. Aside from like assault and shit, disrupting an airplane can lead to severe legal penalties, hefty fines, and potential imprisonment. Federal law prohibits interfering with flight crew members with penalties including up to 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine for those who interfere with flight crew, according to the Legal Information Institute. So, I mean, up to 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Or in other words, in Minnesota, you're fine. Take a walk. You're good. Fauci's Pangolin gifting 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Fauci's Pangolin. Give that man a Hogan.
We want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Thank you so much. Hobo Chili says, Wally World, if you give him $500, I'm coming for you just on principle. Thank you, Hobo. I appreciate you doing that for me. Hobo Chili Recipe says, low calorie. Then what happened? It's not very nice. It's not very nice. Riding Dirty Llama says, I have double D's, but my back is strong. So there's that. Everyone just keep it down. All right. Everybody. Hey. Act like you've been there before and act like you plan on going back, all right? A woman just said she has double D tits. Don't, because I see it. If I scroll down in the chat and I see it, I'm going to be mad at you. Guys, this is our big chance to prove that we're not garbage, all right? Riding Dirty Llama just said, I have double D's, but my back is strong, so there's that. This is your guys' big chance to go, ho-hum, on to the next thing, okay? I'm going to scroll down. Everything's going to be fine. First, 09 Canyon says, I was good for like 6 or 7, and then 1 or 2 more was like walking off a cliff. I'm possibly blacked out and super fun or crying and trying to fight. It's a hell of a swing. I got to be honest. They Call Me Mario says, Aaron, I'm watching the classic They Live starring Rowdy Roddy Piper. It's a fucking masterpiece. Your thoughts, sir? They Live is the best John Carpenter movie ever made. Fuck you if you think any different, honestly. Let's go to Fauci's Pangolin. Says, Aaron is a B cup tops. I think I'm an A, but that's fine. That's fine. Hobo says, hi, I'm Hobo. Nice to meet you, Double D. Can you spare some change? Now, see, that's not as disrespectful as I thought it was going to get in here. That's good. That's good. Ivana Tinkle, I don't get what this means. So April was a cripple. I don't get that. Jesus. All right, never mind. It didn't work. King of All Yetis says, so are her nips chapped from her knees or are her knees chapped from her nips? Root says, best fucking fight scene in any movie ever. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's absolutely no fight scene better than the Keith David, Rowdy Roddy Piper fight scene in They Live. It's so, like, it's a real fight. Like, it's not like a staged Hollywood fight. It's if a couple guys were in a back alley fighting over some magical sunglasses, that's how that fight would be. It would be dirty kidney shots, knees to the dick, headbutt. It would just be dirty. It was not, and I love that they shot it in a way where it looked like a grimy fight. You know, they didn't shoot it like for angles, and they shot it like they had just walked into an alley and there were 2 guys going at it, fighting each other. I shouldn't say with this crowd. I shouldn't say, but that's what I love about that scene and that movie in general. Let's go to Shane M. He says, any violation you want to discuss? Yeah, there was no violation. If it was a big deal, like I said earlier, they would have come and got me. And they're just, you know, we're entitled to a hearing. I don't even know if that's going to be what it is. We're just going to take care of it at sentencing. So talk to if you want any more information than that, talk to my attorney. It's just more lawfare, vengeance shit. Corn Pop with 199 says, word of legal advice, stop talking about your case. I did. I said, talk to my attorney, my man. God damn it. Von Kaiser says it's David Keith. Is it? I always fuck those 2 up. No, it wasn't. It was Keith David. I told you. David Keith is the white one. Keith David is the black guy. By the way, 69 years old as of June 4th. Just had a birthday 2 weeks ago today. Happy birthday, buddy. Hobo Chili Recipe says Root's favorite fight scene was in Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, that one ended with a dick in the asshole, though. As many fights do. Especially up in the mountains. Where nobody can hear you bleed. Taste Fairy Ialto says South Park. Yes, South Park did recreate the They Live fight in the Cripple fight episode. Even with the you dirty motherfucker thing. They included that too. It was very good. Roots Calhoun says, dude is fucking awesome. Yeah, Keith David. There's nothing Keith David is in that he isn't the shit. Armageddon. Fucking ruled in Armageddon. They Live. He was awesome in They Live. He's in about 5,000 other movies. that you've seen, and he's one of those guys where you're like, oh, that's him. He's like a Walton Goggins or Sam Rockwell. Like when I say Sam Rockwell, you go, what the fuck's a Sam Rockwell? But I'm like Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2, Billy the Kid in The Green Mile, and you're like, oh, fuck, that guy? Yeah, that guy. What do we got? We've got, I don't think he's been doing a lot lately. Yeah, he's old as fuck now. Well, you know what? He's still been hanging in there. He's got some recurring roles in some TV shows the last 2 years. I've never heard of any of them, but he's in them. Firebuds, I don't know that. Has Been Hotel. Oh, he was in 9 episodes of Rick and Morty. He played the president. That's a thing. Couple episodes of American Dad. Otherwise, yeah, don't get me wrong. He's working like crazy. I'm scrolling all the way down. I'm still at 2023, and he's fucking crushing it. Nothing good. Oh, he did the voice of Spawn in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Just that too. But yeah, as far as like good shit, he hasn't really been good. He hasn't been in any good stuff. Love Life in 2021, he was in 10 episodes of that. Final Space, 10 episodes of that. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Oh, Greenleaf. He was in 60 episodes of Greenleaf. Anybody know what Greenleaf is? Fucking me neither. Me neither. Apparently they rebooted MacGyver in 2020. That's the first I'm hearing about it. He was in that for an episode. Yeah, it's been a while since our boy was in some shit. Voice of Spawn in Mortal Kombat 11. Keith David, it's been a weird 20 teens and 2020s for old Keith David. I will say this about Keith David. He doesn't say no to shit. Keith David is always working. He's got to be worth a pretty penny. Keith David net worth. Well, about $5 million. I would have thought it would be more than that. But oh well. Did I thank Fauci's Pangolin for the 5 gifted memberships? I believe I did. Thank you. Wally World with $5 says, here's 500. Here's the 500 cents. Thank you. King of All Yetis says Keith David was the voice of the Shredder from the 80s cartoon. All right, well, there's another thing. He fucking rules that. Perfect. Hobo says Keith David was awesome in the TV show The Cape, which should have gotten better press. I forgot that he was Shredder. Okay. Angelica's doll says we all need good news. What's your appointments? Doctors? I'd like to keep this one with me. I'd like to keep it private, but it's very good news. I'm very excited about it, and I can't do an afternoon show tomorrow. I'm sorry. I just don't want to jinx anything. Keith David. Yeah, Keith David was in Platoon, but like we didn't get anywhere close to that. We didn't get anywhere close to that part of his. I was scrolling. I only got to 2017. Keith David stays busy. 09 Canyon says he's like Danny Trejo. He was taking every part offered to him for the longest time. Yes. King of All Yetis, I did too try to read your chats. People have they have these conspiracy theories that I'm against them. And I've always said from day one, since we started simulcasting the radio show, people are like, Aaron, you're against me. You'll never read my stuff. And I'm like, I read all the good ones. So if your stuff isn't getting read as much, maybe, pick your spots. That's all. Fauci's Pangolin says Keith David was good as Columbo. He was not. Keith David was not Columbo. And Diglett, SP is not pregnant. She fucking better not be. She's going to have a lot of fucking explaining to do. I got the old, 3 was enough for me. Shane M with $5 says the turn your computer off legal defense never fails. Well, but I didn't do anything. I'm good. I'm solid, buddy. Don't you worry. Let's go to, well, we did get, okay, good. We got Corn Pop. We're all set there. No, King of All Yetis says, you literally said, well, that didn't work. What do you mean that didn't work? I don't think I was saying that didn't work to you. King of All Yetis, You have to calm down. You're going insane. I've driven you nuts. You're a conspiracy theorist now. No, I read all of your good shit. I read all of your good stuff. Just because you think they're brilliant doesn't mean I think they're brilliant. The Shredder thing was great. Don't be so hard on yourself. The Shredder thing was good. I forgot that Keith David was the voice of Shredder in, what do you call it? The TMNT animated thing. TMNT animated Shredder. I got to hear this now. I got to hear Keith David. Is this? I don't think this is the one, though. The classic one, the 1987. Nope, I need to find the Shredder. Enter the Shredder. Well, that sounds kind of gay. Here we go.
But you have not fulfilled your half of the bargain. My legions are waiting in Dimension X to storm into this world and crush it. All I lack is a body. A body which you have failed to provide.
Don't believe it! My mighty foot soldiers beaten by a bunch of turtles!
Is that him?
And mutant turtles at that!
Shock!
Well, maybe that was him, huh? It's good voice acting. It doesn't sound, a lot of guys, they do voice acting. It just sounds like Keith David. That was pretty good. Mad Max Mardigan says, Keith David is why I got into the Saints Row series instead of GTA 3 and beyond. Well, fuck you for that, Keith David. They Call Me Mario says, Keith David's performance in Men at Work was 10 out of 10. How can you forget the classic, "You've seen too much" line? This is where I get a bunch of shit now because I'm going to say I've never seen Men at Work. And, you've never seen Men at Work? Why? How could you not have seen Men at Work? Have you seen The Founder? I get defensive when I get treated like an asshole for not seeing movies. Fauci's Pangolin says, actually, Shredder was Andy Dick. Oh, see, that's impressive. Root says, I have sampled the shit out of Keith David quotes. Keith David was not in Rambo. Guys, you got wrong guy. You got the wrong guy. That's all. Fucking assholes. All right, what we got? Hey, for those of you, this always happens to me. You guys always throw some shit at me about a news story. You're like, oh, it's a conspiracy. This is happening. And I'm like, guys, stop. You're out over your skis on this conspiracy thing. Stop it. And you're like, no, conspiracy thing. So the Hortman deal, right? The Hortman shooting. By the way, I just went to YouTube. There's like 10 channels doing Karen Reed shit, and they're all doing like that. Like I saw Sean is doing like 1,000 people right now, and I'm like, well, fucking, it's Karen Reed night here on YouTube. Good thing we're goalless. The Hortman thing took an interesting turn. You remember Beckler or whatever his name was, shot those 2 politicians. He had a hit list, the whole deal. Well, everyone was telling me, Aaron, this is some kind of weird psyop. This is some kind of weird conspiracy thing. And I'm like, guys, this seems pretty straightforward. The guy who shot these politicians does kind of sound like he was just a crazy guy who, had it in for people who were pro-abortion, and he was, he had a pretty clear motive, right? But now some shit's been happening where I'm like, okay, I may not believe in conspiracy here, but I'm willing to entertain ideas. Because why the hell would somebody break into the Hortman home? Why? Like, they're dead. Investigators have been through there. Why would somebody break into a dead lady's home after police have been through there? Police are watching the place. So if you're just a regular B&E burglar, I don't really understand. Like, it's a pretty high risk target for just a smash and grab, right? Unless you're going in there knowing what you're looking for. Unless you know what you're trying to find. So, like, I'm not saying that the Hortman Beckler thing, whatever his name, I forgot what his name was. I'm not saying that there's definitely something going on and somebody like broke in there because they knew there was like a videotape or they knew there was some kind of thing. I'm just saying it adds a wrinkle to the story, and I'm willing to hear ideas. That's all. Let's get the details on this.
It's pretty unbelievable. There was apparently a break-in at late Representative Melissa Hortman's house in Brooklyn Park. This morning at about 8 o'clock, Brooklyn Park police say that they were alerted to an overnight break-in at that residence. We know that the home had previously been processed by those crime scene investigators, and they did end up taking out, they say, all the evidence that they needed for the homicide investigations. They boarded up the home early Sunday morning, and then they ended up putting one of those police trailer cameras in front of the house, and then they turned it over to the family, who then went in over the weekend. Actually, yesterday, Tuesday, they went in and took out any items that they thought were valuable.
Okay, so the family's been through there. The cops have been through there. The place is picked over. Why break in? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe, scavenger, just kind of looking to see what got left behind, see if he can make an easy score. But I'd also be willing to hear theories now, because this was the former speaker of the state, or former speaker of the House in the state of Minnesota. Why the fuck are we breaking in?
Took those out.
You know what it is? I've watched too many movies.
Well, this morning, it was discovered, police say, that the plywood covering the rear window of the home had been pried off, and the window was broken to gain entry. The home, again, now has been processed by Brooklyn Park PD, this crime scene, for evidence of a burglary. So they say the home appeared to have been searched by an unknown individual. However, the family has indicated they don't believe anything is missing. Brooklyn Park Police.
Unless you didn't know there was something that was to be missing. This does have my antenna up. I'll admit, I wrote you guys off on the conspiracy theory angle. So someone broke in, they didn't take anything. The family says everything's there, everything valuable had been taken out of the house. Did someone break in who knew there was something that other people didn't know there was? I don't know.
You say
I need this burglary to make sense.
Live in that area, if you have if you saw anything weird, heard anything weird, if you have camera video from a camera or anything, they want to see it, and they want to try to figure out who might have been in that home.
Something ain't right. Something isn't right. There's got to be like a Ring doorbell camera from across the street. There's got to be something going on there. Yeah, West Coast Patriot Girl says they're saying nothing was taken. Exactly. They broke in and didn't take anything, or did they break in and not take anything that anyone knew about? Roots Calhoun nailed. I'm sorry, another Keith David thing. I'll get to your guys' theories in a second. The dad in Something About Mary. How could we miss that one? Oh, shit. Riding Dirty Llama says, so I want to go to... I don't give a shit about the fanboy convention. Rexdart parody account says the TikTok break into a murder victim's house challenge. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a TikTok challenge. That seems like a remarkably dangerous one. Hobo says your state is like a banana republic. Dude, in the last year, I've learned firsthand just how fucked up and crazy this state is. This state is insane. If my children weren't here, I'd go somewhere else. Honestly, if my whole family wasn't here, I like it here, but this state it's circling the drain, man. It's really going downhill fast. I used to defend, like, around George Floyd and that whole time, I used to defend Minnesota to everybody. I used to say, it's got its problems, but yeah, it's still okay. It's really liberal, but it's all right. I'm really I've seen in the last year just really stupid shit. And the fact that, like, the state of Minnesota has its head so far up its own ass, it can't make sense of anything. It's bad here, but it's getting worse. Sam Show says you defended the Somalians. No, fuck that. The Somalians. I'm not even saying the Somalians are just the Somalians. I'm talking about the power structure here. It's not even evil. It's not even like lefty evil bad. It's just their heads are up their ass. They're incompetent. It's an incompetently run state. Like a really incompetent state. It's bad. And it's led by Minneapolis and St. Paul. Hobo chili recipe. I'm going to question you here. I don't believe that Keith David was Mohammed Farah ID'd in Black Hawk Down. Check me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Mohammed Farah ID'd was in Black Hawk Down. Like the character. I don't think they had anyone who played ID'd in the movie because ID'd wasn't actually like captured or swept up in the dragnet during that whole Black Hawk Down mission. Let's go to Taste Fair. He says, I hate to admit it, but I kind of like living in Wisconsin more than Minnesota, and I never thought I'd feel that way. Shit. 09 Canyon says, Minnesota has good-hearted people, but that's the problem. Yeah, they kind of get preyed on, don't they? Root says, I lived in Wisconsin last year. I love it up there. I would never think of Wisconsin as like a nice place to live. It's weird. West Coast Patriot Girl says, I'll take Mexicans over Somalians all day. Better food, too. Well, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. That the food in Mexico, in the Mexican culture, far better. A lot of the food in Somali culture is centered around obnoxiously spiced goat. No thanks. I'm not okay. It was always, I'm not okay. It was always really weird to watch like liberal whites in St. Cloud be like, I'm going to the Somali deli. I love the food. Sambusa is delicious. It's like you don't really like that. Like you're just being way too white. And you're like, look, if I like strange third world Negro food, I'm more progressive. And then you bite it and you're like, there's fucking rocks in it and shit. This is terrible. Oh, this is such delicious ethnic cuisine. It's like, motherfucker, go to the Olive Garden if you're going to do this shit. Jesus, you can get some breadsticks. You don't need to do this to yourself. Oh, I love goat spiced with cotton diarrhea. It's so good. Like, okay, Indian food, fine. There's a place called Kohinoor in St. Cloud. It's really good. But we don't have to pretend Somali food is good. You know, up until they opened restaurants in St. Cloud, people thought Somali food was an oxymoron. Oh, yes, and who can forget Fauci's pangolin says dung beetle. Yes, of course, the dung beetle escargot is delicious. Hobo Chili says it's pronounced Sambuca. No, you're thinking of the booze. You're thinking of alcohol. No, it's Sambusa is it's some kind of snack. It's some kind of a dessert. It's like it's shitty baklava. Let me hear. What is Sambusa? Would you guys like to learn about Somali food? Everyone's watching Karen Reed shit tonight, and we don't have a goal anyway. No one's watching Steel Toe tonight. Sambusa is a savory pastry similar to a samosa that is popular in the Horn of Africa and the Arab world. Basically, it's what they eat when you don't have real food. Sam Show says the Olive Garden is peak Italian food. It's honest about itself. Listen, I've been to some Olive Gardens, and the Italians are going to hate. Hobo, you're going to hate me for this. I've been to some Olive Gardens. I've been to some bad ones. I've been to some good ones. I've been to some mediocre ones. It's fine. Olive Garden is fine if you live in a place that doesn't have any Italian restaurants. If you don't have any like authentic Italian, if the most Italian thing you have is like a Cici's pizza, Olive Garden is fine. But if you've got like a Vinnie Sorrento's pasta shop, go there. You know, a hole in the wall, shithole, fucking Italian place with like the Godfather diner tables and chairs with the red checkerboard tablecloth. Go to that place and check it out. There's a place in New York City in Little Italy. I hope it's still there. It's called Sorrento's. I went. That place stuck with me because it was just authentic to the T. Plus, we were 18 and they let us drink wine. The owner was fascinating. We were all a bunch of high school kids from Minnesota. None of our like teachers or chaperones or anything were with us. And this old man who ran this place called Sorrento's in New York City, he's like, "Would you like a wine?" He was from the old country. And he was fascinated with Minnesota, and he wanted to know everything about Minnesota. And the owner like stood with us, and I think we ended up getting 2 bottles of wine to split between all of us. We didn't get a real good buzz on, but we got to drink some booze. We thought we were hot shit. POTUS Felonious with $1.99. Thank you very much. Let me see if I got to see if Sorrento's is still open in Italy. Not Long Beach, New York. Sorrento's, Manhattan. It's got to be what it was called. Sorrento's is a popular pizzeria and restaurant with multiple locations, including one in Little Italy, Manhattan. That's the one I'm thinking of. That's the one I'm thinking of. These are my boy. This was my guy in New York, was Sorrento's. That's just raw food. Shitty website. That's how you know it's good, dude. That's how you know Sorrento's rules. Oh, it's just a calzone chicken parm and pizza place? Well, it seemed nice and fancy when we were 17 or 18. Chicken, vodka, sausage, or buffalo riggy dinner. Large cold sub, $10. Homemade lasagna, eggplant parmesan. Fish fry dinner, fish sandwich, spaghetti, rigatoni, or ziti dinner. So this is like, it's pretty guinea, right?
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
That is not Pretty Guinea. Pretty Guinea, my favorite white rapper of all time. McBuster says Aaron went to his first gay bar there too. That's not true. I didn't do that. Let's go. MSO says they saw Aaron coming, probably frozen dinner. Sam Show says, oh, what do they serve? Pasta and shit sauce? Wow. Yes. That is what they serve. Pasta and shit sauce. Holy shit. 10 wings are $25 at Sorrento's? What are you making them out of? 20 wings for $42? Jesus Christ. But the calzone is $11. The chicken parm is $14. 10 wings. What is like a Buffalo Wild Wings charging for wings right now? Wings order. Order online, Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's figure out what we get. So 10 wings was $25 at Sorrento's. Here's a wing deal. 20 bone-in wings with fries. Select a location. Jesus Christ. Can we just, I've got a half an audience here. Can we just, here we go. This is the one. Order. All right. So 20 bone-in wings with fries is $19.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. That's $5 less than 10 wings at Sorrento's with no fries. Holy shit. So Sorrento's will give you a very reasonable chicken parm, but they will butt fuck you on the wings. Oh, boy. Those are New York City prices. No, it's not even that it's New York City prices. It's that there's other shit that's like charged reasonably. Root says, holy shit, where the hell is it okay to charge $25 for 10 wings? Apparently New York. Apparently New York. They are made out of Mussolini's foreskin. Oh, that I have heard, because they could only make so many wings back in the day out of Mussolini's foreskin. And obviously they needed to use pieces. They can't like make, how many wings are you going to get out of one fat dictator hog, right? So they take bits of real Mussolini foreskin. They make these wings. They've really made it, they've stretched it, for like the last 80, 81 years. And they really are considered a delicacy. I've never had a Mussolini foreskin wing, but they're supposed to be the absolute best. People are saying, what are bone-in wings? Yeah, bone-in wings. They're just wings. That's boneless wings are chicken nuggets. They're chicken nuggets with sauce on them. Bone-in wings are just wings. You have to pay $9 just to get into Manhattan, says My Lost Interest. Yeah, it's a hefty price to pay to get graped by a transient. I don't understand it. MSO, this is not true. MSO, I did not spend a lot of time on Christopher Street when I was in New York. Loaded wrench with $2. No, I've never tried Gabe. Last name Horn. I've never tried that before, loaded wrench. I wonder. Fucking, it's one thing to make fun, and that's fun. I understand making fun. But to treat me like I'm absolutely bottom of the barrel dipshit, single IQ retarded, that's insulting. That's insulting. You guys are $70 into tomorrow's goal. Thank you very much for your contributions today. I appreciate it. Mr. Beat says, I have to pay $9 to get close to my union school in Manhattan. Then I have to pay for parking every hour. Well, I hope they don't make you pay fucking chicken wing prices. Holy shit. Did you guys know Jimmy Swaggart's dying? I don't know if I'm supposed to say that in an upward inflection or a downward inflection. I'm not really sure. But the family of prominent televangelist Reverend Jimmy Swaggart said he remains hospitalized in critical condition after suffering cardiac arrest. So Jimmy is not doing too well. During a Sunday service, Swaggart's son, the Reverend Donnie Swaggart, asked the congregation to keep his father in their prayers, saying that only a miracle could extend his father's life. On this Father's Day, we urgently ask you to pray for Brother Swaggart. He needs a miracle from heaven right now this morning. We must have the Lord intervene in this situation. Well, he shouldn't have fucked all those ladies behind his wife's back. Then the Lord might help him out right now. But dude, here's what I don't get. So like all these big mega church pastors, right? Like whether it's him, the big guys from back in the day, Robertson, Falwell, all these guys. All these guys talk about how great heaven's going to be. They all talk about how great the here and after. We're all living for paradise, right? And then they're like 90 and they're like, come on, guys, pray for me so I can get a couple more days. This is the final act. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what all the preaching has been leading up to. If I'm one of your congregants who's given you thousands of dollars over the year, I want to see you embrace the end of the road, because you've been telling all of us how great heaven's going to be. I see my 90-year-old pastor hanging on for dear life and being like, just one more day. That doesn't instill confidence in me. I don't know. No, Taste Fairy Ialto, not Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger is still alive, and I believe he's called Jack Hager or Jake Hager, something like that. It's different. Sam Show says it's a work. Yeah, they're trying to raise some money. A little more money off of old Jimmy. They're trying to raise a little extra money. Hobo Chili says, how's Tammy Faye doing? I think Tammy Faye's dead. I think Tammy Faye kicked the bucket. Tammy Faye Baker. She went to she was Tammy Faye Mesner because they didn't make it through. She died in 2007. Holy shit, she died almost 20 years ago. Tammy Faye Mesner's been gone for quite some time. She was 65 years old when she died. What did Jimmy Swaggart do? He was fucking, right? His career was significantly impacted by public scandals, including sexual misconduct. In 1988, he tearfully confessed on television to adultery, leading to his defrocking by the Assemblies of God. Well, yeah, he was, I don't know if you've ever watched the Jimmy Swaggart apology. Oh, it's really, it's one of the most uncomfortable things to watch. I mean, he's blubbering. It's either really good acting or just like a broken man.
Channel 5, KXAS TV.
Those were the days.
Continues with the night team. Ramona Logan, Mike Snyder, Scott Chesner.
Good evening. TV evangelist Jimmy Swaggart is leaving his fate to the Lord and church leaders tonight after confessing that he sinned.
Tears filled his eyes as Swaggart took the pulpit in Baton Rouge, Louisiana this morning to beg forgiveness.
Thank you,
Channel 5's
Archive backup.
reports tonight. Swaggart is stepping down from his powerful TV ministry while the Assembly of God Church investigates him for having an affair with a prostitute.
Jimmy Swaggart's the top
and a hooker too. I guess the only way you could spin your way out of that is that Jesus hung around with hookers, but he didn't fuck them. That's where Jimmy Swaggart fucking. Maybe Jimmy Swaggart could have went, well, yeah, I hung out with hookers like Jesus, but to show that I didn't think I was just like Jesus, to show I was a rung below, I stuck my dick in her, so that makes me less than.
Preacher on TV. He leads a multi-million-dollar evangelical empire. Now he's confessed to a moral mistake, and he's pulling away from the pulpit for a while.
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
Oh, boy.
And I would ask that your precious blood would wash and cleanse.
Okay, faggot, what's next?
Every stain until it is in the seas of God's forgetfulness.
What is the major problem, do you think?
Too much hormones.
Thank you.
Is very obviously gay. I look at him and I'm like, well, you're gay.
Who ratted him out?
And you guessed it, a Jew.
I don't know if that's true.
Thank you. And God bless you.
Jesus. That's uncomfortable to watch.
Do you personally dislike homosexuals?
Of course, they're disgusting.
I mean, bitch, what are you talking about? Let's go to numero uno, Josh Denny fan. He says, can you ask our pal Keanu to unban me from her chat tonight? For her stream with Ashley Cummings. Also, will she be simulcasting on Rumble or does she not like money? I don't get the memo. I don't get the memo. Thank you again for the $5. It's I don't know, it's not really a long road ahead. We got Wednesday, and we get the sentencing done and all that, and we're all good to go, buddy. But thank you very much for your passion for this program, and thank you for the $10. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Dick Von Du says, Protestants make me want to be Catholic. Thank you. That's what I've been trying to tell everybody. Fucking Protestants in there. Maybe if you guys followed the rules, maybe if you didn't take, the word of the Lord as an optional thing and you actually played by the rules, none of this shit would happen. No cracking slapping. It is not Bob Lee Swagger. It is different guy. Bob Lee Swagger had a whole different thing going on. That's he had his own problems. My Lost Interest says Aaron praying his preacher will end, or his preacher will end it so he can believe in heaven. No. I'm not saying he should end it. I'm saying he shouldn't be so afraid of the end. Like they're always like, pray for him so he can pull through at 90 years old. It's like, why don't we all pray that he gets to meet God? Like that's what this has all been about, right? 90 years, he didn't get cheated like Tammy Faye Mesner did. My Lost Interest says you don't have affairs with hookers. Well, tomato, right? You don't have affair. I mean, you're right. You don't have you can cheat with a hooker, right? $5 or $2 from numero uno says, Keanu, if you're watching, please unban me from your chat for your stream with Aunt Ashley. You know what? I'm gonna do something for you right now, hobo. I'm gonna do something for you right now. Keanu, can you unban numero uno Josh Denny fan for your stream tonight? And there we go. And then I'm going to write, he paid me to ask that. There you go, buddy. I'll let you know when I get a response. How's that? All right, let's go to some of these people in the chat. Numero uno with $5 says also stream on Rumble. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, here, let me hold on, guys. Let's hold up the show one more time. He also says stream on Rumble. She's not making any of this money, though. You are. What are you guys doing? You're in 30, 40, 50. What the fuck is that? 55, $85 into tomorrow morning's goal. Thank you so much for that. All right, I got a response. Keanu says, I'm listening, LOL. All right. Keanu's listening. So she's heard you, numero uno. She says, if you pay me $90 more, she'll do everything you want. She says, I'll consider it. Yeah, I think, honestly, what Keanu's trying to say, like, I can read between the lines. She's kind of shy. I think what she's trying to say is, if all of you band together and give me $90 or $100, let's make it even $100, fuck it. Then she will unban numero uno Josh Denny fan and then stream to Rumble. So that's great. Thank you so much, Keanu. It's so nice of you to say that. $5 from numero uno says, also, everyone remember to vote for Billy Nord for Senate 2026. He's the steel toe candidate. Yeah, that's the wagon you hitch your horses to. MSO says, hey, if you really want to see a disturbing picture, Google Tammy Faye near the end when she was dying. Oh, my God. Why would I do that? Well, I don't understand that. That's like when someone goes, dude, that thing smells like a barrel of pig shit. Why don't you just go smell it? Why? You've already told me I'm not going to enjoy it. Sam Show says, you had an affair with a hooker. You that married her and then paraded her around your show. First of all, wait a minute. I didn't have an affair with her, and that was not an affair. I was free and clear. Numero uno with another $5 says, hi, Keanu. Hi, doll. Darling, doll. I can't do the voice. I can't get high enough in my octaves. Hi, Keanu. I'm a longtime Ashley supporter who is banned from super chatting on YouTube. If you want me to throw money away on your stream instead, simulcast on Rumble. Is that true? Are you really banned from super chat? What the fuck did you do? How do you get banned from sending people money? How the hell does that happen? What was the disgusting, terrible thing that you wrote that YouTube said, we can't take money from you anymore? It's fucking evil. Not all right. You guys are 90 into tomorrow. Thank you. Hey, $10 more into tomorrow, and we start at 2:30, which is always fun. MSO says, Keanu C. Thompson, I believe we all know what the C stands for. Yes, courageous. She's very courageous. $5 from numero uno says, I don't know how it happened, but it is Shuli's fault. Not kidding. Well, everybody just blames a Shuli when they get in all kinds of trouble. All right, now I'm curious. Tammy Faye Mesner dying. Images. Oh, Jesus Christ, fuckballs. You are not joking. Oh, my God. That looks like, the zombie Billy in Hocus Pocus who's got his mouth stitched shut. Holy shit. That was like her body didn't tell her heart that she's dead already. Ooh, boy, MSO, you are not kidding. That's going to keep me up. I mean, like, I'm not going to sleep. I don't mean like it's going to keep. I don't mean that I'm going to get a boner from dying Tammy Faye Mesner. I mean, I'm not going to be able to sleep properly. $10 from numero uno Josh Denny fan. Hold on. He says, oh God, get out of the way. How are we into tomorrow's goal? Is this going to those morning show losers? I said it's going to the next show. I did say that at the beginning of the night. I made that very clear. Mark with $2 says, if you go to jail 625, who will fill in? I'm not going to jail on 625. It's okay. I know there's a lot of people crossing your fingers, but it's a bullshit deal. We're already contesting it. It's just lawfare horseshit. It's just more vengeance nonsense. Numero uno with $2 says there's a whole series of My Lost Interest clips about my super chat scandal. Oh, well, look at you, you fucking famous guy. Holy shit. My Lost Interest says, why do our evening show donate? I'm sorry. I said it was going to the next show. Should I've kept track of it here. Should I can reverse it right now. If you'd like. I apologize in advance. Jesus. I made it clear at the beginning of the show, but I certainly don't want to upset anyone. on this half a show we're doing today. Thank you, guys. Mark, that was a very funny one, by the way. I appreciate that. All right, now we've got, oh no, we already did the crazy airplane lady, although I really do love her. You know who I don't love is these assholes who were spreading a rumor that Hulk Hogan died. I have a lot of patience for a lot of shit. I do not have a lot of patience for Hulk Hogan is dead rumors. I mean, look, he's in his 70s now? That day will come at some point. We don't need to rush it. Let's let Hulkamania live as long as possible. Now, first of all, as long as I'm still, kicking, Hulkamania will never die. But Hulk Hogan is not on his last legs. The WWE legend was hospitalized to address lingering neck and back issues this week, but he is by no means on his deathbed. So it was Bubba the Love Sponge who started this shit. Bubba, come on, Bubba. This is not cool, buddy. To start rumors that Hulk Hogan might not make it, you fucking dick.
If you did some sniffing around, you might find him in a hospital near you.
What a jerk.
And it's not good. I got some pretty reliable information last night that there are phone calls being made to various family members about getting to town to come say your goodbyes.
Oh, I have a question, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but how is this the chat? You saw how slow the chat's moving, and there's 1,339 people watching. I'm a press X to doubt on that one.
I don't know.
Have you been invited?
Well, of course I'll be the line. No.
Of course you're gonna be. Oh,
of course, since I'm top.
No, he can't film Hogan's funeral. He can't go to Hogan's funeral and film it. I fucked up the joke.
List of not getting in.
What if he does want to forgive you on his deathbed, though? That would mean a lot to you.
I have to run it by Seth.
What? Yeah, no.
Seth,
he doesn't have your new number.
He didn't have my new number. Yeah. He can get a hold of me. But, so, listen, I don't know this to be true.
But I'm just going to say it to my 1,300 people watching my show right now. I don't know this to be true. I'm not sure if this is a thing, but Hulk Hogan might die soon. That's good. That's nice.
Rumor has it. Word on the street.
Well, how reliable are your sources? I mean,
pretty.
Oh, this guy's camera froze.
Reliable, but I still want to frame it, Seth, in case he got discharged last night at midnight, and I've not been able to talk to my sources.
These two, their cameras
since yesterday. Quite, 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So my sources are that, and I don't know it to be true. Rumor has it. Allegedly, Hogan is in the hospital, and I've heard people say that he might not make it.
Oh,
this, by the way, I'm hearing myself like I'm hearing every radio guy. This is a classic radio thing: drag out, slow down, repeat, be dramatic because it fills time. That is a classic radio guy move. But that's shitty to do. It's shitty to be like, oh yeah, I got this rumor that Hulk Hogan's dying. It's like, really? Is it true? Well, I don't really know, but I just thought I would say it to you guys that he might be dead. The fuck? Numero uno with $1 says no Keanu Rumble means more pennies towards the goal for those morning show poors. Numero uno says, if we knock out the morning show goal, how about you do the whole show without a shirt to punish them? I mean, really, who are we punishing? Me or them? Yeah, Hulk's just having, look, man, Hulk goes to the doctor regularly for back and neck problems and knee problems because Hulk Hogan, no shit, Hulk Hogan did that fucking leg drop so many times, it compressed his spine and made him shorter. It fucked up his back and his neck that bad that he ended up needing, I don't know, I think he's in the hundreds of surgeries at this point now. Sam Show says, think about it, Aaron. Hulk is old. The Hulkster's fine. Hobo says Hogan's place burnt down in Clearwater Beach, and Hogan Beach just got hit with a tsunami. I was just in Clearwater Beach. It's fine. Hogan's place is fine. MSO says, but Crunchy is gone. R.I.P. No, Hulk Hogan is not dead, and Crunchy is not dead. I assure you. Neither of them are dead. Crunchy is alive and well. Root says, did Crunchy choke on her own vomit again? She didn't. Crunchy is fine. She's not dead. She's not dying. She's okay. She's doing swimmingly, as far as in fact, I'm sure if you're at the anniversary show, I'm sure she'll be there, and you can see for yourself. One person who did die today, and this was actually very sad, Ski Mask died today. Maybe not a lot of you will know who that is. He was a podcast guy who orbited like Misery Loves Company and all that. And I was on a show or two with him. I liked him. He was always really nice to me. He was a funny guy. I guess he had a drinking problem, and it made him sick to quit, but it made him sick to drink. And he was kind of in that, kind of bad limbo area. And he passed away. I don't think he was much older than me, if he was older than me. So that's very sad that Ski Mask passed away. Rest in peace. But Chad Zumach was getting a shitload of heat for his thoughts on what's it called? Ski Mask's death. He was like grifting off of it. Then he was shitting on him. And a lot of people were very, very angry about Chad. And he got called out by a bunch of people. And then in classic Chad fashion, to his credit, he, rumbled back. He's fighting back. He's taking on all comers, I had to go pick up my kids at 11 today. Hung out all day, the whole thing. So I don't see like internet stuff, right? Like we're hanging out. I was making some food and, throwing the football around and all that. It was nice out today. It was a little hot, but it was nice out. I come down here to prep a little show. I made the kids some ribs and pork chops, came down here to get a little show ready and get the stream set up. And I see that Chad has just been fighting all afternoon with people about fucking Ski Mask and the shit he said about Ski Mask. And I don't know. I saw both sides point. Like Chad was being a dick and she said some shock jockey things. But also, it did seem like there were podcasters who have said dog shit things about people before and were using it as a chance to clutch their pearls and white knight. And they're kind of just as sick as Chad is, if you think about it, because they're using Ski Mask Corpse because they want to dunk on Chad, not because they gave a fuck. Because these are people who have said horrific shit about people before, living, dead, adult, child, doesn't matter. And then they're going to go, oh no, I decided I was offended about Chad. That a lot of the steel toe detractors are like, can't even talk. A lot of the steel toe detractors are like that. They'll say horrible shit about anything, but they're so weak. They love to clutch their pearls if we do any racial humor or ethnic humor. Oh, he's so offensive. He's so bad. And they really don't understand that makes them look like a bitch. I'll never understand that tactic. From the outside, everyone will always think they're like, what the fuck is that guy's probably, he's being a real bitch about this one. But I don't know. When somebody dies, it's, rest in peace. He was a good guy. He was a funny guy, always nice to me. And if you got shitty things about you to say about someone, say them when they're alive. Don't wait till they're dead. Because not only is that some pussy shit, but it's also, it is tasteless. I just don't like it when people who do the same exact thing when it's other people or similar things when it's other people, then clutch their pearls and act offended when it's somebody they don't like saying it. When damn well they would give someone that they like a pass. So I don't know. I think there was both sides. I think Chad was being a dick about Ski Mask death, and that's not cool. But I think a lot of people were grifting on the grift, if you will. Diglett says, shirtless stream tomorrow if the goal gets met? No, of course not. Where are we? 15, 20, 25, 35, 60, 65, 70, 75, 105. So we're 225 away from tomorrow. So I'm not crazy worried about it anyway. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan says, my lost interest. Can you believe no one remembers the great super chat scandal of 2024? Do you guys want to visit this for overtime? Should we visit the numero uno, Josh Denny fan super chat scandal? Numero uno says Chad wasn't fighting back. He deleted everything and then claimed he did nothing wrong. Well, it ended up there, but he was brawling for a little bit there. Numero uno with $1 says, I'm making sure to say everything I have to say about Chad while he's alive. Don't worry. Well, yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, say it while they're still breathing. Don't do it after they die. Jesus. Let's see. Doggo doesn't die. Bubba sucks now. You guys that want to go back to radio and then you're censored and riddled with commercials, it completely ruins everything. I think it's more of a money thing for most of us. And like in my case, it's a vanity thing because I had fucking massive numbers and nobody ever beat me. And so I want to go back and shoot till I miss because I can still do this. I can do both. But I got some good news today, so I'm excited for tomorrow. My lost interest says Ski Mask died of cardiac arrest from an irregular heartbeat. Okay. Some people were saying that it was like going to be related to pancreatitis or something like that. Numero uno with $1 says also, while you're alive, I need you to know you are fat, retarded, and gay. Thanks, buddy. I really didn't think that one through before I said that. I thought I was being really nice to Ski Mask and, people who pass away in general. I didn't realize that I was opening myself up when I told everyone, hey, say the shitty things you have to say to people while they're alive. Don't do it after they die. Jesus. Sam Show says, this reminds me of people moral fagging about Johnny's borked legs. I think he means broken, but he said borked. I like borked. Borked legs, but I know better. Nobody cares about that. Numero uno says, don't bother revisiting. It's too convoluted. Okay, fair enough. If you say so, sir. If you say so. MSO says, yeah, he did say a few times that he had pancreatitis from drinking too much. Okay. So that was, so it wasn't the pancreatitis, irregular heartbeat, and cardiac arrest. Well, that, like, you go quick at least. Like cardiac arrest takes you, especially if it's in your sleep. If there's any positive, I guess, to be gleaned from that, it would be that it probably would have been something quick. Ski Mask wasn't a bad-looking dude, says Mr. Beat. God bless him. I hope so. I hope that somebody says that about me when I die. Not like he was a good guy or a good dad or anything like that or, swell whatever. I hope that they say, that Aaron, not a total fucking uggo. Not a bad-looking guy, that Aaron. I want to let you know on my deathbed or after I'm off my deathbed, I wouldn't hate that classification. Thanks, guys. All right, let's do the Caitlin Clark thing. Caitlin Clark got fucking hammered again. Women are going to, like the WNBA players are going to have to start just understanding that this is what happens to star players when people are gunning for them. Like this happened to Jordan. This happened to LeBron. Two things happen to superstar players. A, they get calls. Refs give them calls, superstar calls. And number two, other players are gunning for them and they're going to take cheap shots. With this Caitlin Clark thing and people finally watching women's basketball now and the Angel Reese as her uber heel, if women are going to keep this momentum, they have to play sports kind of the way men do. You don't see men going, oh, this is terrible. When are they going to stop treating LeBron James this way? This is just, and they get offended and they get upset. And it's a physical game. People are going to take cheap shots. It's part of the competition in basketball. And Caitlin Clark has been, she's been taking some nasty fouls. Every superstar takes nasty fouls. And the flip side of that, refs always give them the benefit of the doubt. But this is the latest Caitlin Clark hit that has people up in arms.
10-point lead for the Fever. Midway point, third quarter. Sheldon all over Clark. And, they get into it a bit here. Lexi Hall now gets in.
See, like, no offense, that wasn't that bad. So she got her like a little poke or a rake to the eye. Okay, that sucks. That's smarts, whatever. But she turns around and some woman is running over the other way. Her momentum takes her into Caitlin Clark. It's not like she got fucking shoulder tackled. And Caitlin Clark got back up right away. She was fine. We're going to have to refresh this, I think. Yep, there we go. But, everyone wants to go, oh, my God, the WNBA has to do something about this. Caitlin Clark's a punching bag. And it's like, the league is going to give her calls because they want to protect their superstar. And the other players are going to be jealous that she's the superstar, and they're going to want to take shots at her. That's how the game has always gone.
Point lead for the Fever. Midway point, third quarter.
So there, gets a poke in the eye, totally accident. It happens.
All over Clark. And, they get into it a bit here.
And that was not that bad of a bump. It's just that's a huge bitch. That's a brick shithouse right there. So that wasn't so terrible.
Lexi Hall now gets in Sheldon's face. Caitlin Clark hits the deck. Big Ten against Big Ten. Ohio State and Iowa. Both in the same draft class last year.
It is getting spicy in Indiana.
It's never gets spicy in Indiana. Spicy in Indiana, they consider ketchup.
And part of that has been J.C. Sheldon and Caitlin Clark just going at it all game.
So here, she gets her in the eye.
Watch when Caitlin Clark is trying to create some space. It looked like she just got hit in the eye there.
So then there's a shove. So Caitlin Clark shoves her after she gets poked in the eye. So once somebody shoves your teammate, then you got to get over and you got to get their back.
Ooh, and Marina Mabry. I missed that one, Edona.
So then the big, Bill Lesbier. It's got to be a lady type name. You got to get lesbian in there somewhere. She comes in and shoulder decks her. I don't know, man. And now you got all these. And the other thing is, like, now it's political. Like, right-wing people are like, man, the white girl that we like a lot. We need to do something about this. Do you fucking gay guys ever watch sports? This is how it works, dude. It's a physical game. That's why they call it contact sports. For Christ's sake. But Caitlin Clark, she needs to be protected. She'll be fine. Caitlin Clark will be okay. My Lost Interest says Aaron was a good-looking guy, except for the bad hairline and neck fat. That's okay. Look, no, I wasn't. I'm not dead. You don't have to speak about me in the past tense. You can talk. Numero uno with $1 says, you know what, Aaron? He had terrible taste in music and basically everything else. Numero uno with $10 says, this is just more money not going to Keanu, apparently. Oh, well, thank you. I think we're at like $200 for tomorrow, which is nice. I don't think I can read that Wakanda comment. That is, My Lost Interest says, Caitlin Clark is a total lesbo, makes her even hotter. She a lesbian? I had no idea. Who's the other cute chick who plays for Caitlin Clark's team? Sophie... not Carter, the blonde girl, Cunningham, Sophie Cunningham. Oh, there's cracking slapping. Sophie Cunningham is hot. Perfect. Numero uno says it's not that she's a punching bag or not, but to say this wasn't a bad foul is crazy. The poke in the eye, I felt like the poke in the eye was an accident. The shoulder block at the end, that was extracurricular. That wasn't cool. But it wasn't like what I'm saying. Numero uno is that like non-sports people treat it like, oh my God, like an assault took place on the floor. It didn't. It was a hard foul after an accidental foul. Root says Angel Reese was at a restaurant I was at with like 6 other black broads, cackled the whole time, and they were all the way on the other side of the joint. I didn't even see her. So they were doing the, the movie theater stereotype, essentially. Vince Griswold with $5 says, did you know do you know if that limp penis nitrous huffer took the COVID vax? I have no idea. I'm not sure, and I don't know why you're asking, but thank you, Vince, for the $5. I appreciate it. Numero uno says, Aaron missed this. All right, let's check it out. There's a lot of people using language that I'm not going to repeat. Holy shit. As I go deeper and deeper down the chat, oh boy, does it get, it gets, as they say, spicy. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan with $1 says all sports besides cycling are soft. No comparison. Oh yeah, have you ever seen those pile-ups in cycling? Ooh, it's nasty. Nasty. We have a couple of links that people are sending. We've got finally a teammate got Caitlin Clark's back after the assault she's taken tonight. Sophie Cunningham, you are a G. When was this? June 17th. All right, so this was last night. Good for Sophie Cunningham. Oh. So Sophie got Caitlin's back. Don't touch my bitch. Sophie's cute, too, so it counts. It counts extra if they're attractive. If they're dog ugly, nobody really cares. Sorry. All right, what's the next link I got? This is Caitlin hit the 3 over JC and yelled, "You like that?" Oh, she gave her the Kirk Cousins. You like that? You like that? She gave her the Kirk.
Christmas Kelly escorting her back to the bench.
JC Sheldon is there. With her
Oh, man. All I know is that it can play. See, now that's playing like dudes. You get knocked on your ass, you get up, you knock down a 3, and you do some shit talking. What is, I don't know, Roots. The picture you sent me is not, I guess I'm not a power forward guy. I guess I'm more of a blonde point guard man myself. Sorry, bud. Let's go to Mad Move says, it takes a special type of degenerate to be interested in women's basketball, that or lesbians. Well, I mean, I can't, I've always found women's pro basketball to be very like watching a guy's varsity high school basketball game. Like it's to me, it's on that level. And I can't get into it. Roots Calhoun says, I don't give a fuck about basketball, men's or women's. I just like the fact that she's white and absolutely dominating these. Well, I certainly am not going to say that word. Certainly not going to say that one, Roots. But thank you. We'll get to that on Rumble Friday, I believe. Congratulations to America, I guess. Or is this good or bad? The Fed is holding interest rates steady again as officials wait to see the effect of Trump's tariffs. Were they going to drop them? Were they going to come down? I'm guessing if they thought they were going to go anywhere, they'd come down because they had to raise them up during inflation, raise the interest rates back down a little bit. That would have been nice, but no such luck. No such luck. So we didn't get a drop in the interest. Sorry, guys. For those of you looking to buy a house, shit out of luck until the next time around. Mad Move says, watching women's basketball is like drinking O'Doul's and trying to catch a buzz. How many would you have to drink? Because like even non-alcoholic beer, I think it does. Isn't it like decaffeinated coffee where there's some booze in it? Not decaffeinated coffee. I mean, NA beer. Does NA beer have any alcohol in it? Yes, NA beer typically contains a small amount of alcohol, 0.5% by volume. Can you get drunk on NA beer? Don't say challenge accepted. You cannot get drunk on NA beer. It has very low content. Your body processes the small amount of alcohol in NA beer almost as quickly as you drink it. Well, there you go. So sorry, guys. There are no loopholes. You can't get fucked up on NA beer. Let's go for Tridio with $5. I don't know where this came from, but Nick's lawyer was so busy partying for Karen Reed, he didn't show up for Nick's hearing with Monty today. Fuck. Is that, I mean, I'm assuming that's a bad thing. RFK Jr. is going to be in some deep shit here pretty soon. Wait, hold on real quick. Ryan the Garbage Man says Jenny Lynch was a cutie. If any of you want to look up Jenny Lynch. RFK Jr. wants to crack down on drug ads, and of course the corporate media is running protection for the drug companies. So RFK Jr. says we got to regulate these drug ads. You know, it's comical the fact that like all of these new drugs can promote themselves on television, and then the last 20 seconds of the ad is how you're going to bleed out of the asshole, and somebody's saying it 500 miles per hour. So RFK Jr. wants to crack down on drug ads. However, CNN is saying that could cripple some broadcasters. Oh, you know, what were we thinking? Oh, my God. Here we had this idea that we were going to maybe promote medical treatment in a more ethical way so that the American people could be more properly informed of how to care for their own personal health. But, you know, I really didn't consider what kind of impact it would have on the USA Network. So, you know what? I'm really torn on this. Maybe it's a bad idea. Jesus. And by the way, CNN, not biased at all. CNN has no vested interest in keeping those drug company ads on the air. No. It will cripple some. You know, it's funny to watch the media not get the American people at all. You know, they're like, hey, if we change the way that drug ads are run on television, it could cause legacy media to go belly up. And people are like, I mean, I wasn't for it before, but now that you put it that way, I really think we need more regulation, RFK. Root says there was more than one picture in that link, dumbass. Caitlin Clark has some fantastic legs. I'm not that much of a leg guy, though. You know, you got to have something to accompany with the leg. You know? You can't just have nice legs. You gotta, like, having nice legs and then everything else is fucking goofy looking. It's like, how do I put this? It's like a car with a really nice paint job, but everything else is rusted out and fucked. Does that help? Numero uno, Josh Denny fan with $1 says, I can't help but notice I'm still banned. Keanu. What's Keanu doing tonight? She's interviewing. I don't get the Ashley Cummings thing. I missed this. I totally missed this whole Ashley Cummings deal. Like, she was on MLC. I don't follow this world of podcasts. All of a sudden, people pop up in my chat. They're like, what about Ashley Cummings? And then I see on Twitter someone tweeting about Ashley Cummings getting in a fight with somebody. And then Keanu's having Ashley Cummings on her show. I'm beyond lost. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. No clue. Sam Show says nobody gets it. Oh, okay. Well, if nobody gets it, then I don't feel so bad. Fauci's Pangolin says RFK Jr. wants to get rid of dyes in food so the black people won't drink all the grape drink. I don't think that's why I don't think has anything to do with racism, sir. I just slapped the table so hard and in the right spot, like on like a vein, that I got a blood blister. Hate to be a pussy, but that fucking hurt. That was no fun. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan with $1 says Ashley Cummings is a big Red Bar fan / friend. She mistakenly entered the Dabbleverse and is very misunderstood. Yeah, everyone who's a fan of that Dabbleverse shit, like, they all got to be committed. We got to put them all in psychiatric care. Honestly, I mean, they're all fit for a fucking straitjacket. In a nobler time, in a more simple time, there would have been, it would have been more than mental institutions. But those people are hopeless. I mean, they truly are just lost souls to the nth degree. The RFK Jr. thing with the drug ads. I'm sorry, I got a little distracted by the Ashley Cummings stuff there. This is a long time coming because the shit that drug companies are allowed to get away with now. I mean, if food companies tried to put out some of the stuff drug companies got to put out, and these are medications that people take, to help them live a more comfortable life or sometimes to keep them alive. But if like Gatorade or I don't know, Tostitos were allowed to release some of the products that drug companies were allowed to produce, there'd be so many fucking dead people. I mean, it's remarkable what we let drug companies get away with. And then not only do they let you release it with very minimal testing, but then you get to advertise it on TV like it's the next best thing, especially drugs for like old people and shit. And then at the end, this person goes, may cause suicidal thoughts, diarrhea, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, well, nobody's following that. Everybody's just looking at the smiling lady just going like this in a field with her arms out, blissful, and then shows her holding the pill bottle. You're like, I want to stand and be pretty in a field with my arms out. That seems carefree as shit. I should get one of those pill bottles. And then while you're thinking about that and you're daydreaming about standing in a field, they're telling you about how you're going to bleed from your asshole for 3 weeks. So, yeah, I'm on RFK Jr.'s side there. I think the drug companies really do need to be brought to heel. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. I'm skeptical of all things Trump administration at this point. I'm one of those idiots who thought we were getting Epstein files. So it's a bit different with RFK Jr., I know, because he has a little more control. But at the same time, I'm so down on all things Trump administration right now, because really, I mean, we've been kicked in the dick the last month or so in terms of shit we were told was going to happen and it's not happening, or shit we were told wasn't going to happen and now it is happening. So Epstein just ain't coming out. That shit's just not being released. Kash Patel is just straight up lying to us, saying that, oh, yeah, there's none of the crazy stuff you want to see. Meanwhile, Pam Bondi, before she got a talking to, apparently, she was like, oh, yeah, there's videos with kids in it, and it's terrible. It's disgusting. You're not going to believe it when we release it. And then it never got released. And now Kash Patel's trying to walk it back and gaslight us like, no, we never said it was bad. It's actually kind of wholesome. According to a report from Axios, U.S. President Trump is said to have doubts about whether the U.S. Air Force's GBU-57A, massive ordnance penetrator, would actually be able to reach and destroy the Fordow fuel enrichment plant, Iran's primary facility for enriching weapons-grade uranium, which is believed to be 90 meters deep inside a mountain. Now, wait a minute. Could this be Trump trying to walk back joining the war? Probably not, but I need some hope. Because now Trump is saying, hey, these massive bombs dropped from these huge planes, these B-2s we're sending over, they might not be able to bust the bunker. That bunker might be too deep for our bunker busters. The bunker buster will work. Trump was convinced the bunker buster will work. It's not a capabilities issue. We have the capability, but there's an entire plan. It's not just drop a bunker buster and declare victory, a top U.S. official said. Oh, no, I mean, what would a U.S. military intervention be if it wasn't broadly defined with no timetable? I mean, that would be insane. Russian President Vladimir Putin told reporters earlier today while attending an economic conference in St. Petersburg that he doesn't even want to discuss the possibility of the U.S. eliminating the supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei. A reporter then asked about the recent strategic partnership signed between Iran and Russia, to which Putin responded that the agreement, quote, does not include a clause on defense cooperation. So Putin's backing off. Putin's like, look, I don't even want to think about the U.S. attacking Iran, but I want to make it very clear. The deal we signed with Iran does not mean we have to fuck with anybody who fucks with them. So that's a little bit of a signal. U.S. military has moved some aircraft and ships from bases in the Middle East that may be vulnerable to potential Iranian attack, 2 U.S. officials told Reuters. One of the officials said naval vessels had been moved from a base in Bahrain, where the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet is headquartered, while aircraft that were not in hardened shelters have been moved from Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. Okay, so you know that thing I said earlier about Trump saying the bunker buster might not be that effective, and maybe that means that we're backing off of this thing? Never mind. It's back on again. Numero uno with $1 says, Trump is doing great. Your buddy Gino is a war hawk now. Yeah, I did see Gino. Like, he's like my dad, you know? He's, Gino's only about 7 or 8 years younger than my dad. But I've noticed those older guys, they're big on Israel. They want Israel to go in there and fuck people up. And, you know, if we've got Israel's back, it'll get rid of some of these radical Islamists. And look, man, I disagree, but I hope they're right. If we're going in there, I want my country to win. But I don't want my country to do this. I don't want us to be getting involved in all of Israel's wars. We don't have any business being there. But if we go in, I sure would like it. I would like it to be quick. And I'd like us to come out on top. I just realized how many different ways that could be taken. Sam Show says, Gino's a mindless Italian. I'm not surprised. Mad Move says, Aaron, remember, use salt-free butter. You don't want to mix too salty things, brother. You're welcome. Fucking guy. Baba Shab says he's just getting better goy toys for his Jewish pals. Oh, is that what it is? Roots says, my dad is the same way. He thinks I'm a fucking Nazi. Well, you know, Roots, I think what it is these boomers grew up during the Cold War. And in the Cold War, the enemy of my enemy was my friend. And if you could topple dictators and install someone who was more friendly to your country, then you did it. That was part of Cold War diplomacy. We've gone through, when we were kids, George W. Bush diplomacy and foreign policy. We fucking hated it. It sucks. And so we don't, we're a little more gun shy than the boomers are. So we go, nah, let's not go sticking our nose in places it doesn't belong. That's how 9/11s happen. That's how, the Afghanistan withdrawal happens. Let's just mind our own fucking business. And to boomers, that's like, hey, what are you doing? You're not allowed to do that. What are you, an isolationist? What do you just want the Muslims to take over everything? It's a generational disconnect. And as usual, Gen X just goes, I just don't want anybody to fight. I'm just not going to fucking pay attention. Who gives a shit? Millennials and boomers attitude-wise are a little closer to each other than they want to think. We're both very, brash. We both just feel like we should be heard first over everybody. Whereas Gen X they get annoyed very quickly. Bapa Shab, Jesus, I can't. What's going to happen to me if I read that? Sam Show says, boomers are just stupid. They are the one generation to absolutely love the state while prancing around with flowers and butt plugs. I didn't know about the butt plugs, I'll be honest. Boomers are just communists. Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that one. Boomers, in my opinion, boomers are about as capitalist as it gets, boy. Boomers love the capitalism. I mean, they borrowed our whole country down the river. Numero Uno is now on Twitter, hoping that he can get Keanu to unban him for her show with Ashley Cummings. Unreal. Oh boy. Yep, Chad is back fighting the ski mask fight. He says, my tribute to ski mask today was nothing short of perfect. I also made $81 between super chats and super tips. Best hour of my life. Everyone can go fuck themselves. He's literally fucked with my personal life trying to get fans. I hope he's in hell where he belongs. Oh boy. Told you guys that he was going to come out swinging. Well, how do people feel about that comment from Chad Zumach? I lost all R for you. Does he mean rape or respect? Which one does he mean? And then that was from E-Ninja. And then Chad Zumach writes, oh no, E-Ninja hates me. Ooh, boy. You guys do know, all of you who are writing to Chad, and you're like, fuck you. You're a lowlife. You're a piece of shit. Do you guys not know pro wrestling? That's what he's doing. That he's doing that on purpose. That's how he wants you to respond. You Dabbleverse people are such fucking retards. It's unbelievable. I mean, when you're not busy trying to obsess over me and frame me for shit I didn't do, you're over at Chad Zumach giving him the response he's looking for. And you're like, we're winning because we're yelling at Chad. Chad thinks you guys are retarded, much like the rest of us do. He's playing with you. I toy with you all the time. That's why you're so fucking obsessed with me. He's toying with you, and you're saying exactly what he wants you to say. And don't worry, I can scream this at those morons point blank and they will not get it. It's like those of us who go outside and those of us who understand the world and real people, you look at the response these people to give to Chad and they're like, you're a piece of shit, I fucking hate you. It's like he's sitting back laughing at you right now. Like you're getting all worked up over a thing on Twitter over ski mask and Chad's giggling. Chad's getting exactly what he wanted out of you. It's what happens when you don't touch grass, boys and girls. You don't have what's called perspective. I mean, look, did I like Ski Mask? Ski Mask was great. I thought he was very funny. I'd listened to his show a few times. I'd been on some shows with him. I like Ski Mask. I also know that Chad is trolling for dabbletards, and that's not a hard fish to catch. Vince Griswold with $5 says, have you ever done a segment on the dancing Israelis? If not, you should. Oh, more than I can remember, Vince. More than I can remember, my man. Holy shit, have we done a lot of those. Let's go into the Rumble chat. Veldrain says, Chad is very brave. It takes a real man to talk shit about those who can't fight back. Well, yeah, but we know that. That's, shall we say, self-evident. Taste Fairy Ialto says, they are a bunch of marks. They really are. They're a bunch of marks. Numero Uno says, I can't write to Chad because he blocked me. He must not have been getting the responses he was looking for. Maybe you found a way. Maybe you got through the, what do you call it? You got through his armor. You know, you slid in between the weak spots. Papa Shab says, wait until Aaron finds out about the terrorist groups that funded Israel, like the Haganah. They literally poisoned wells in Palestine. Oh, yeah. Like the establishment of Israel, like before Israel was established in a nation, there were a lot of Zionist terrorist groups. I mean, that did unspeakable shit to the Arabs. It was a nasty, low down and dirty dogfight. Still is in many ways. Mad Move says, I don't fuck with any of the Dabbleverse except you. Well, I'm not in the Dabbleverse. I'm above it, just kind of shitting on it. I'm just doing a wacky morning zoo show. I stopped by Gino's stream the other night for the first time and watched him break down how he is a failure with Temu Obama. I'm going to need an explanation on that one. I don't understand it. Dago Doesn't Die says, Jesus, numero uno could have saved a bunch of time and money and just created another account by now. He says, I have dozens of accounts. Well, use... Yeah, Sam Show says, he's even Citizen M. That would be a great bit. Let's see where you guys are for tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Thank you to Numero Uno and a bunch of other people. Root says, I've been watching Karmic. Oof. Yeah, I think it's kind of shitty what people do to Karmic. Because, like, Karmic's not a bad dude, but he's easy to rile up. And, like, all those people are convincing him that they're his fans and they're just fucking with him and trying to get him to lose his shit. And it's like, guys, there's plenty of shit to watch. You know, there's Netflix, Hulu, other podcasts. It's like, you don't. Guys like that end up taking the internet too seriously, and it starts fucking with them mentally. And it's like, I don't know. I understand trolling, and it can be fun. But like when it's clearly taking a toll on somebody's mental health, I don't know. That like I always say, I guess I pull up on Schadenfreude before the average person does. I think it's another symptom of going outside. Let's see where you guys ended up tonight. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 45, 55, 80, 90, 125 ahead for tomorrow. So we're at about 125, 200 away from tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I don't know who Temu, is it Temu or Timu? I don't know who Temu Obama is. I don't get that one. Right over my head. I missed it. I didn't get it. We have we have a couple more stories we can get to. I could hang out with you guys. Oh, you know what? We could see Pete Hegseth at this hearing today. This was pretty good. I'm not the biggest Pete Hegseth guy. He's kind of a big, dumb jock, to be honest. But, he's the Secretary of Defense. And, sometimes these senators go after him, and he's got to give it back. Democratic Senator Elissa Slotkin lost it on Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. And Pete, one of the things you can do when people lose their mind at you is you stay nice and calm and you give them a very pithy response. That's a good way to diffuse that whole thing. Roots Calhoun says, what the fuck happened with Johnny and spilling the water? Oh, last week? Last week, Johnny wrote to me and he just said it's just frustration with his legs and MS. And it just was a shitty day for him, and he was really frustrated, and he just, had some feelings, and he let them out. It's just frustration with multiple sclerosis. That's all it was. Mad Move says it was last night. Gino did a 5-hour stream and spent a huge portion of it complaining about how he only had 30 likes, and it wasn't worth his time. He has a bobble-headed black dude with him. Oh, I guess I didn't see that. Let's do the Pete Hegseth thing here real quick. Let's watch a senator scream at him and see how he handles himself.
Not want citizens to be scared of their own military. I love the military. I served alongside my whole life, so I'm worried about you tainting it. Have you given the order? Have you given the order that they can use lethal force against honor? I want the answer to be no. Please tell me it's no. Have you given the order?
Senator, I'd be careful what you read in books and believing it, except for the Bible.
Oh, my God. So your former predecessor, I guess that's not enough for you. Okay, on Iran, I don't think there's
I don't understand why that's such a big deal. By the way, did we go offline? Are we still here? Because my internet connection thing says no internet access. But, apparently we're still here. Numero uno with the chat's saying we're good. Numero uno with $1 says, can you confirm Gino has been let go from the TikTok Chinese sales job? I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. Oh, my icon here says, oh no, this one says network connected. That's strange. It usually doesn't look like. Usually I have like a TV screen, and now I have a globe with a circle and a slash through it. I'm a fucking boomer, I suppose. All right, you guys are an even 200 away from tomorrow morning. You're the best. You guys are the best. I am not going to fall for you're muted, I can't hear you. We're not doing that. I'm not going to fall for your tailpipe bananas, for Christ's sake. Okay, I think we've got it for tonight, man. Thank you guys very much. It was a fun show. I want to send you guys over to Keanu's show. We got Keanu's show. She's talking to Ashley Cummings. Apparently that's a big deal. Numero uno wants to go watch it. I don't want to keep him from it. I got to go pee anyway. We didn't have a goal tonight. We still did overtime. I appreciate you guys kicking ass and taking names for the morning show. They just don't get how fucking wonderful you guys are. Head on over to Keanu, see what she's got going on. I'm going to get out of here and go prep a show for tomorrow morning so we can have our perfect week for the toe. Take it easy, guys.